The camera captures a lone Russian soldier pressed against a tree. He doesn't move, even as the FPV drone closes in. There's no panic, no reaction, only stillness. In these final seconds, calm turns to inevitability. The frame fades before the impact. A Russian soldier runs through the ruins of a quiet village, chased by a Ukrainian FPV drone that follows him with perfect precision. The sound of his footsteps mixes with distant echoes of gunfire. He looks back, sees the drone closing in, and sprints toward an abandoned house. Inside, the air is heavy with dust and silence. Broken walls, fallen bricks, and the smell of burned wood surround him. He stops near a corner, breathing quickly, trying to listen. But the drone doesn't hesitate. It slips through the open doorway, and a flash fills the room. The explosion tears through the building, sending fragments across the street. A second FPV appears moments later, circling above what used to be a command hub. Somehow the soldier survives, crawling toward a nearby garage. He moves slowly, dragging his leg through the debris. Within seconds, 2 more drones arrive, striking in sequence. The frame shakes, then fades into smoke and quiet as the scene ends. The footage shows a body camera view of a Ukrainian soldier defending a trench line deep in a forest. The image moves close to the ground. Branches, roots, and damp soil blur past as he advances through a narrow path. Voices sound low and restrained. Someone asks for ammunition. Another answers briefly, confirming the flank is covered. There is no rush, only routine precision. He stops at a corner, wipes the lens with a glove, and looks out. Short bursts flash toward the trees, answered by a dull echo deeper in the woods. The trench walls shake as a shell lands close. Dirt rains down. Dust fills the air. A calm voice calls direction and distance. They shift slightly, staying low, passing magazines by hand. The body cam captures details that define endurance. Scratched numbers on a weapon, a radio cable tucked beneath straps, a small flag patch darkened by mud. These fragments show months of defense, quiet persistence under pressure. The soldier moves again, stepping over spent casings, breathing steadily. Another explosion sends fragments across the trench, but no one shouts. Orders remain calm, gestures simple and clear. For a moment, the camera tilts upward, smoke drifting between trunks, sunlight breaking through the haze. The rhythm stays the same. Move, stop, check, fire, move again. Nothing heroic, nothing exaggerated. Just the steady repetition of survival. The final seconds fade with the sound of wind and the creak of gear, soldiers returning to their sectors, waiting for the next strike. A Ukrainian FPV drone locks onto a Russian tank driving along the road. The impact hits suddenly, flames bursting from the rear as the tank veers off the asphalt. The footage cuts. Time passes. In the next frame, the same vehicle burns in an open field as another FPV finishes the strike. A Russian quad bike enters a narrow forest trail, carrying ammunition and gear. Seconds later, a Ukrainian FPV drone appears above the trees, diving straight toward the target. The impact is instant, a bright flash, fragments scattering. When the smoke clears, the grove burns quietly. The ammunition inside continues to detonate. A Ukrainian FPV drone spots a lone Russian soldier standing in a forest line. The camera circles slowly, adjusting altitude and distance as the target looks up, realizing he's been found. For several seconds, the drone hovers, watching his movement. The man raises his rifle, fires blindly toward the buzzing sound, bullets snapping through branches. But the drone remains steady, shifting to attack mode. A sharp dive follows. The view rushes forward, closing the distance in seconds. The last frame captures a brief flash among the trees. The Russians' attempt to fight back ends as quickly as it began. A Ukrainian sniper takes aim at a Russian soldier standing in the open. The distance? Nearly 800 meters. Through the scope, the target moves slightly, unaware of the danger. The trigger pulls. A single shot breaks the silence. The man collapses instantly. The echo fades across the field. Calm precision, one moment, one decision, another threat removed. The footage shows a Ukrainian FPV drone circling above a Russian soldier standing alone in the middle of a field. He sees the drone clearly, follows it with his eyes, even turns to face it as it moves overhead. For several seconds, nothing happens. The drone keeps circling, watching. The man doesn't run, doesn't hide, only shifts his weight as if waiting. Then the FPV begins its attack run. The soldier slowly turns his back, a flash fills the frame, and the image vanishes in smoke. A Ukrainian soldier spots an incoming Russian FPV drone and reacts instantly. A single shot cuts through the air, direct hit. The drone explodes mid-flight, scattering fragments across the sky. 1 round, 1 second, precise and final. The footage switches to an FPV drone's onboard camera. It flies low through a dense forest, weaving between trees at high speed. The view shakes as branches rush past, sunlight flashing through the leaves. Ahead, a small dugout becomes visible, the entrance to a Russian command post. The drone steadies, drops altitude, and dives straight inside. A flash fills the screen, followed by a rising column of smoke. The target erased in one precise strike. A series of FPV drone strikes unfolds, a quiet montage of ambushes caught from different angles. Ukrainian operators guide their drones through forest lines, across fields, and along broken roads. One after another, enemy drones are destroyed before they can reach their targets. Some fall in mid-air, others explode on approach, scattering fragments across the ground. The rhythm is steady, precision, impact, silence. Each hit is fast and controlled, leaving nothing but smoke and debris. There is no sound of celebration, only the distant hum of engines and the brief static of radio chatter. A calm reminder that skill and patience win these unseen battles fought from the shadows. The footage shows 2 precise FPV strikes on a Russian dugout hidden inside a tree line. The first drone enters fast, cutting through branches before diving into the target. A bright flash follows, smoke rising through the trees. Seconds later, a second FPV appears, approaching from another angle. It flies lower, steadier, and disappears into the same position. The second explosion tears through what remains of the bunker. Leaves and debris fill the air. When the smoke clears, only a crater and scattered fragments remain. 2 drones, 2 strikes, 1 position completely destroyed. The footage from a reconnaissance drone shows 2 Ukrainian soldiers moving carefully toward a Russian dugout hidden under the trees. One of them prepares a grenade, pulls the pin, and throws it inside. A short explosion follows, dust and smoke rising from the entrance. The second soldier throws another grenade, then both move closer. After a pause, they enter the position, checking every corner with flashlights. The camera hovers above as they confirm it's empty, no movement, no resistance, only silence and debris left behind. If you want to see more real footage and stories from the front, support the channel, subscribe, leave a like, and share. Your attention keeps these stories alive. This is War Krieg. A Russian soldier spots a Ukrainian drone hovering above him and starts firing upward, trying to hit it with short bursts. The drone keeps circling, steady and silent, before releasing a small explosive that lands just beside him. The man stumbles, still shooting blindly. A second drop follows moments later, a direct hit. The view shakes, then fades in smoke. A Ukrainian FPV drone, nicknamed Zhdun, lifts off and heads toward a vehicle packed with Russian soldiers. The approach is fast and steady, no hesitation. A flash follows the impact, the vehicle engulfed in fire and smoke. The footage from Crimea captures a sequence of calm yet precise drone strikes. Ukrainian operators guide their FPVs toward high-value targets, 2 Russian helicopters parked side by side. The drones close in, vanish against the metal, and the image simply shakes. No explosion, no fire, only silence and certainty. The view shifts to the shoreline where another drone approaches a moored barge. It hits cleanly, fragments scatter across the pier. The screen fades, leaving only the echo of accuracy and control. The footage shows an FPV drone racing low across an open field. The camera shakes from speed, the sound of its engine growing sharper as it approaches the tree line. Ahead, a lone Russian soldier moves near the edge of the grove. The drone stays locked, rushes forward, and hits precisely beside him. Impact, dust, and silence. The footage captures the work of the 28th Mechanized Brigade of Ukraine. Artillery units are positioned along the edge of a tree line, their barrels elevated, ready to fire. A calm voice gives a short command, and the first shot follows. The camera shakes, a cloud of dust rises. Seconds later, a distant explosion marks the impact. The rhythm continues, precise and methodical. Each gun fires in turn, adjusting elevation and bearing. Smoke trails stretch across the field, and the air hums with the deep, rolling sound of the barrage. Over the horizon, faint flashes mark direct hits. Enemy positions hidden among trees and trenches are being dismantled piece by piece. The footage switches between perspectives. Gunners reloading, the view from a drone showing explosions landing in sequence, and the calm faces of the crew between shots. There's no rush, only coordination and discipline. Every shell finds its target. The earth trembles with each round. The echo lingers long after the firing stops. When the smoke begins to clear, black craters mark the line of fire, and the camera pans slowly across the landscape. Silent proof of accuracy, of experience earned through months of combat. The 28th Brigade's artillery continues its steady, deliberate work, precise, relentless, and calm. Sometimes the front shows moments words can't explain. Even animals seem to know where the enemy stands. Scenes like this speak for themselves, calm and real. If you want to see more moments like these, support the channel. Subscribe, stay with us, and keep watching. This is War Krieg.